everybody. I'm Kitty Gailey, reporting virtually from Nancy Gordon and Barb Potts' backyard in Solana Beach. I'm here to kick off the virtual version of the live event that was supposed to be, but thanks to the coronavirus, our real salon had to be canceled. However, not to be outdone, we persisted, and here we are in this virtual salon with Jayne Brown and her awesome poetry, Helen McKenna with a great story to tell, Vertez Burks sharing a couple of videos, and the Trouble Clefs, our little band of Boo on string bass, Donnie singing, and myself on clarinet. So get that snack, get that drink, sit down, put your feet up, and let us entertain you for an hour or so. As this was supposed to be a garden party, Nants and Barb are going to first give us a little tour of their garden to share all of its springtime glory. Let's join them now.
So hello, our friends. Welcome to our garden. Welcome to the salon. Thank you, Kippy, for making this happen. This is the best time of year in the garden because everything's starting to bloom.
So we're going to take a little tour before the entertainment begins. You can show this too.
The wisteria is just budding out. This is our new house color if you haven't been here. This is a bromelia that likes sun.
That's a grevillea. Those are snow peas.
And above them, the bananas are getting close to ready. There's a couple of big bunches.
The amaryllis bud here.
Yeah. This is a type of amaryllis. And right next to it is this kalanchoe that gets this really strange, wonderful bloom.
We're going to enter the orchids now. They all opened, almost all of them opened just for all of you.
Get the wall behind it, Jayne.
I will. Get out of the way. See the begonia that's blooming.
seeing the new wall
Oh,
to the
right.
clean studio. And then we did these concrete windows. Looks like we should have a few gnomes peeking out. See the buds on that?
Happy. That's okay. It's not. You're not. It's not going to show. What color that one's going to be?
Okay, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you, Barb and Nance. Wow, your garden is gorgeous. Your tour was the next best thing to seeing it in person. So glad we could show it here. Okay, I am now very pleased to be able to introduce the one and only Jayne Brown. Who doesn't remember Jayne from the 80s and 90s in San Diego? Her poetry that captivated us and spoke to our truths. Her performances with words and movement. She was a formative part of our youth and will always have a place in our hearts. Okay, well, just because this is a virtual salon and I can do this, let's pause a moment and flash back to 1988 when Jayne and I did a little skit for the BLT production of Lesbian Delights. Oh boy, did we have fun back then. But let's get to the real poetry. Here is a little bit about Jayne. Jayne Brown is a San Diego native who is now the 2019-2021 Poet Laureate of Berks County, Pennsylvania. After getting degrees at San Diego State in Women's Studies, English, and Creative Writing, Jayne and her partner Janice moved to the outskirts of Kutztown, Pennsylvania in 1998 for teaching jobs. Jayne taught composition and creative writing at Penn State Berks until she retired in 2018. Her poem, Ode to Hip Hop, is one of the finalists in this year's Steve Coet Poetry Prize and will be published in the San Diego Poetry Anthology. Her poem, Finding Her Here, was the title poem for I Am Becoming the Woman I Wanted and has been made into a poster a musical work for women's choruses and has been translated into Chinese and Russian. She has published a book of poems, My First Real Tree, with Foothills Press in New York, and is currently working on a second book of poems. Yes. So, from Kutztown, Pennsylvania, here is Jayne Brown.
Hello, San Diego friends. I wish I could be with you. Thank you for making this happen. Kitty, Barb, Nance, Edna, and all the rest of you for being here. I'm going to start off with my tomboy, a piece I just did at the Reading Fringe Festival about how I got my tomboy back. At 66, got back my tomboy. At 10, I was not so much a daddy's girl as mom's boy. I was her sidekick, riding shotgun, shunning lipstick for a denim jacket and a ball cap, a yearly pixie cut and cutoff sticking down below school's mandatory skirt. At recess, I threw it in the dirt, went out for the long pass from Fred, the playground guard. In dodgeball, I was last one out. I learned to slide my body sideways like a snake, to get over the long pass, to leap splits above a low throw. I was not queen for a day, but my own queen, prince of my life. In the mirror, I used my mother's Maybelline to brush a dashing mustache on. I didn't so much want to be a boy as strong, as something unforgettable. To be the first girl in the major leagues, or Peter Pan. I'd stand like Mary Martin in the full-length mirror, arms akimbo, fists on hips, belting out, "I won't grow up, and I've got a crow." I'd let the whole damn world know. I'd stare into the mirrors, dreaming all that I could be. Then, puberty. It got me lost, tossed off somewhere. I traded pixie cuts for long hair ironed into curtains by my face. Replaced the cut-off jeans with mini skirts, tight shirts, halter tops, and chokers I would macrame. I learned not to talk too much, seem too smart, not be too much of a joker. 16 magazine said, laugh at his jokes, ask him all about his folks, his hobbies, or his classes. I learned to watch my mouth, my weight. I used the Maybelline to pile on my lashes. 50 years, it flashes past. A long collage that starts with dates and breakups, teasing, desperate to be pleasing, wanting just to pass. I won the prize. It didn't last. He liked to call me Dresden doll. Like porcelain, I cracked, then split. I'd cut my hair and grow it back. Go back to school, drop out, go back. I kept digging back to find my feisty girl somewhere. I watched my daughter pack for 6th grade camp, a denim jacket and a ball cap set sideways on her long blonde hair. Oh, if you ever dissed my kids, my grandson, up would rise my mama bear. But when I needed her for me, I couldn't find her anywhere. I thought I'd lost my tomboy, left her in my past. But finally, I got her back. One day in Tai Chi class on split-screen monitor, the teacher in New York, the faculty at Berks following along. I looked up midstream and caught a glance, saw not my awesome push hands waving through the clouds, not my balance or my flow, not my crane spreads wings, just my belly and a big fat ass. I stopped. I felt my face go hot. And then I thought, well, fuck that. I'm a grandma now. If not now, then when? When will I be balanced in my own right? Not what I look like. So now, the pixie cut in gray, the baseball cap are back. I'm kicking butt in Tai Chi class, on the yoga mat, and at the pickleball court. I tell that nice girl self to take a back seat and let the heat fly. There's no sorry in pickleball or life. No time to be shy. I stand right up at the kitchen line. I can take the heat and not be fanned back. I'm learning how to whack back into the foot, the body. Better get back. I play like a real girl, and I can talk smack. Look out. I got my tomboy back. Losing It, based on Elizabeth Bishop's poem One Art. Losing it. Yesterday I didn't recognize my purse. Last year I didn't recognize my friend. To be fair, the purse was nondescript. The friend had makeup on, a dress, and contacts in. I'd never liked that purse. Plain black vinyl, cheap, it works. But I had always liked my friend. I know I'm not the first to fear the worst, to wait for senior moments that don't end, for lapses that extend, to loss of words, abyss, or worse. My father didn't recognize his house. My mother learned to lie, to leave and come back in with a cheery, "Dear, I'm home," in hopes of jogging him. I hope that's not my portion of the family curse. I cannot change my chromosomal blend. But just in case, I'm learning to pretend. I've armed myself with filters, what's his face and thingy to stick in. I've bought myself a memorable purse. I've been forgiven by my friend. There is no art to losing it, no thing to master, to blend in if that disaster's destined to descend. Toward the end, my father only recognized his brothers, all long past. And if I'm heading toward the cliff edge of that curse, I hope I'll see my father's ghost toward the end. Meantime, I keep my address in my purse. These are a few poems from my book, My First Real Tree, which includes a lot of the things I was working on in San Diego and during my master's and MFA theses. This is called Skylight, and it recently got picked up for in an anthology of women's erotica. This is the very early, like, what if, do you think she likes me kind of thing. So it was 30 years ago. Skylight. Lie here, you say. The clouds are sailing by. The wind's picked up. Careful not to touch, I stretch along your body, place my head a fraction of an inch from yours, inside the small square of light-charged air that heats your comforter. Look up, you murmur. See the way they slide? I watch, grow dizzy with the pace as white silks slip across the turquoise frame, as your cool breath moves moist against my ear. This is where I love to lie and dream, you say. And here's the moment I could tell you I've been dreaming too, of you. Or simply turn my face and meet your lips. The moment I could trust I understand your hints and why you've brought me to this place. And if I kissed you softly as a cloud, traveled over you as slowly as a mist, and entered you as gentle as a fog, would I be as welcome as a rain? Would you lie still, watch the sky as if I wasn't touching you? Would you run? Or would you sigh, so glad to finally have the waiting done, and turn to me, and could we two together gather like a storm? As you fly to Chicago, a confession. Before you left, I bought another chain so your quartz ornament could pend it down between your breasts and wait the hollow place I like to lay my hand to calm your breath. I know I often give you what I need, and now you're gone and I'm a wishbone sprung, an unhinged sternum with its ribs all slipped and disengaged, the flopping heart uncaged. I wander like I'm lost around our house, from desk to yard to empty bed and back, which means the joke's on me when I admit that I could hardly wait for you to leave. I pictured part of me who would emerge in solitude, the hard-edged writer gone too flaccid from the comforts of your love, who longed to keen and howl about the house and rattle back to skeletal remains of pain's incisive, easy eloquence, instead of groping to articulate the brinkless, sloppy liquid of our love. Janice, remember diagrams we drew in grade school, shading in to show how deep two circles intersect? I'm scared to find how far you've cast yourself across my life. If our relationship is like two spheres that deeply overlap, am I eclipsed? The part that's us, what love has penciled in, so when you leave, I'm like a bitten moon. We both run cringing at the sound of wife, its specter draped with aprons, dresses, men. But I need words to show I mean to stay, to say how very deep in me you spin. Fly back to me and lay your palm against this heart that spills itself in search of you. Your hand completes the line that marks my edge and lets me recognize my life's own breath. This poem is Finding Her Here. I am becoming the woman I've wanted, gray at the temples, soft body, delighted, cracked up by life with a laugh that's known bitter, but past it got better, knows she's a survivor, that whatever comes, she can outlast it. I am becoming a deep, weathered basket. I am becoming the woman I've longed for, the motherly lover with arms strong and tender, the growing up daughter who blushes surprises. I am becoming full moons and sunrises. I find her becoming this woman I've wanted, who knows she'll encompass and knows she's sufficient, knows where she's going and travels with passion, who remembers she's precious, yet not at all scarce, who knows she is plenty, plenty to share. And thank you for sharing this virtual poetry reading and salon with me. Hopefully I'll see you someday soon in person.
Thank you so much, Jayne. I can't tell you how much your poetry moves me. It is just so good to hear you again, my friend. It's been way too long, and I hope someday you will be here in San Diego, live. Moving on, what would a salon be without our own Helen McKenna? Published author, storyteller, humorist, and well, a whole lot more. Did you know she got a master's degree in experimental psychology from San Diego State in 1965? Or that she likes crossword puzzles? Well, several years ago, I worked with her on a website, and on the home page, Helen had written an introduction to the site. I would like to quote it here. So now in her own words. Product of New Jersey. Even though I've been in California since 1956, I think I am 85% New Jersey and 15% California. This will show in my writing, and if you are from New Jersey, it will be easy for you to see. Many people have told me they would like access to my stories and essays, especially my humor. I used to think back in the 1960s and 70s that writing humor was selling out, that it was ignoring the serious work that needs to be done in this world. I've changed my mind. My serious writing is too self-righteous, too preachy. The only preaching I like is Martin Luther King Jr., but I can't talk like him, so I'll talk like me, a kid from New Jersey. So here is Helen McKenna, my friends, with a great story.
This is excerpts from Friends in High Places. This is from the year 2006, and this was first place in nonfiction for that year. No mosquitoes tonight. What a break. We stand next to the lamppost on the corner across the street from my sixth family house. The light from the street lamp shines down on George's stomach as he raises his shirt. First you open your mouth and you gulp in air. It's like breathing with your stomach. For 6 years, he yelled for me from down on the street. And for 6 years, my mother asked where I was going. And I said, out. Then bounded down 3 flights of stairs, sometimes wearing roller skates. For 6 years, we burped and lived and grew several inches and met under the street light. Would it seem so romantic if he hadn't died? His red hair glistens, and the street light brings out every freckle. I watch with admiration as his stomach muscles move up and down. In these years of the Depression, we have to find cheap entertainment. George just learned to burp on purpose himself. It swelled him to teach me and not keep it all to himself. I'm 10 years old, and it's as if I'm an odd exception, being initiated into a no girls allowed club. If a woman marries her childhood sweetheart, she doesn't treasure his old burps. But I do, because George died at 16. Wait a minute here. We weren't sweethearts. We were partners in crime. It's only romantic if I lie to myself. Pure chance brings us together. We have 40,000 people in Kearney, New Jersey, and we happen to live only 4 houses apart. George and I go to the Regent Theater on Saturday afternoons, high up in the balcony. That's where we perfect our burps. In the days of dietary burps, we had a lot of beautiful burps drowned out by the noise of Gary Cooper's gunshots or the growls of the MGM lion. With our new voluntary burps, it's no longer a matter of luck. Just when Clark Gable's lips come close to Joan Crawford's, one of us lets loose with a mighty blast. Our hormones forget to rage. We prefer burping to sex. No proms, no corsages. I never liked flowers much, still don't. They turn my nose into a time machine with one setting, sinking shame, or is this what life is like? Stupid mahogany casket, lid open, black and white tweed jacket. I know he has other jackets. Why is he wearing that one? I'm angry at him for wearing that one, the same itchy one I wore to high school a few months ago when he wore my gray corduroy jacket with my brother Robert's silver Air Force wings on the lapel. That morning he stood outside my house and he said, "Let's switch jackets." We got quizzical looks from schoolmates. I loved the attention. I wonder if any of my skin cells are up there in that jacket, in that casket. Did part of me get buried with George? We forget the salt. I carry a raw chicken leg, thigh attached, wrapped in wax paper in my bike basket. We roast that too, and since we don't know about salmonella, there's nothing to worry about. We're about 14, a Sunday bicycle ride. When the fire gets away from us, we burn down almost an acre. We stamp out the fire and beat it on our bikes. We ride on, headed for New York City. We did stamp out that fire, didn't we? I owe so much to another Jersey resident, Thomas Edison. How lucky I am to live on the 3rd floor on Devon Street. On the 1st floor of my building, off the back stairs, is an uncovered light bulb. No wonder a light bulb is a symbol for an idea. I take the steps 2 at a time, as usual, up 3 flights. That bulb is incomplete. I bend over the top railing, do some test spits, and manage to hit the bulb a few times. Then I hurry over to George's house, tell him about it. After all, he had shared his method of burping with me. Too bad Edison can't see what pleasure he's bringing us. It's better when we drink a lot of water, then lean over the 3rd floor railing, take aim, and let the spit go. Bombs away. August 1945, a nuclear bomb ended World War II. We wouldn't have to sit in the hard hallways of Kearney High anymore for air raid drills. Maybe there wouldn't be so many shortages and it'd be easier to get bicycle parts. On October 8th, 1945, George and a friend fall off a cliff at an old quarry site, looking at the New York skyline at night. George hits rocks about 60 feet down. I'm escorted home from school and I cry for so long in my bed. Even my father hovers. The boy who survives, Phil somebody, weighs more and has a softer lantern on dirt, but a harder time from me. Not only do I never speak to him again, but 3 months later I graduate and I find his photo in our high school yearbook. Fleshy kid in a reindeer sweater. I scratched out his face, pencil puncturing the paper. Murder by pencil. Not only our spit, but time stretches out. as we watched the spit drop down 3 long flights of stairs. Wonderful suspense, sweet spot in time. We cheer the spit on no matter whose it is, urging it to give us a direct hit. Then sometimes comes the marvelous moment of impact. With the light on, the bulb is hot. When the spit meets the lonely bulb, there is a splat, a magnificent hiss, and steam rises. If there's a zone, we are in it. There is more to life than kissing. Recently, I read about the science behind this. The bulb was hotter than our spit. Knowing that now intensifies my pleasure. I want to stab the teacher too, the one who said about George, he should have looked before he leaped. But I can't find any photo of her. She escapes my voodoo. If we look before we leap, all we have is safety. Our spitting has many advantages. We don't have to pay for ammunition like BBs. We're happy for as long as our spit lasts. Not once do our liquid bombs break a bulb. Not once do we fall over the railing. And it's easy to be neat and tidy. Our spit evaporates with our direct hits. We only have to wipe up our misses before we leave, giggling and satisfied. Best of all, like burping in the movies, we leave no evidence behind. Our differences don't matter. He has fair skin and red hair. I'm tan, long, blonde, pigtails. His bike was bought new. Mine was secondhand. His father owns a tavern and is a homeowner. Mine is an alcoholic laborer in a linoleum factory. George, could you have been a Republican? What? Neither of us.
Your face is completely covered up. Try to lower the book a little.
George, could you have been a Republican? Neither of us likes staying home. Our world has no walls. We care more for a roof under our feet than a roof over our heads. We go unregulated and untamed. George, because of you, I've been preoccupied with death for 60 years. I've been afraid not to, afraid to let my guard down. Before I met you, whenever death threatened me alone in my bed at night, I convinced myself that everybody would die but me. What a convincer. Oh, what the hell? You've given me something to live for. My hypochondria has given a lot of doctors something to live for. It'll probably make dying a breeze. We crawl over the George Washington Bridge. We get our bikes from the bushes and we ride across the bridge. Big trucks brushing our shoulders. That's 15 minutes. We love cars, especially the supply of radiator hood ornaments. Indian chiefs, rams, boats, gazelles, swans, pleading with us to relocate them to a carton on my back porch. It's like all these things in the world that need us, little thieves. We sort out the power thing. You drop a worm down my back in front of Lois Alexander's house, and I grab you by the throat and make you remove it. Many times over the years, I've wondered what marriage to George would have been like.
Thank you, Helen. It is always such a joy to hear you tell your stories. Keep it up, my friend. We are now about to get a special viewing of videos created by the woman who is usually behind the camera at our many events, Virtual Burks. I am delighted to finally be able to showcase a little of what she is doing. She has created a YouTube channel where she will be sharing her thoughts, memories, interviews, and a whole lot more. Plus, she is getting into live streaming. So go to youtube.com and search for Gina Vert. That's G-I-N-A-V-E-R-T. Then subscribe and stay informed as to what Virtual is up to next. Virtual moved to San Diego in 1985 from St. Croix, Virgin Islands for a 3-week vacation. She's still here. Even in St. Croix, she pursued photography, sweeping floors for free lessons at the Caribbean Center for Understanding Media. She fell in love with editing, staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning, going over and over what she had learned for the day. After coming to San Diego, Virtual started working at Cubic Corporation as a telephone installer and in the media department with lots of equipment to practice on. And then computers and photo and video editing software became affordable, and her world opened up. Her house is filled with videos of so many San Diego events, parades, people, memorial services, and so much more, all carefully edited for beautiful presentation. One favorite was her edited video of a gay pride parade that was shown on public access TV. Another is a video of Lavelle Waiters and her poetry, which you will see here. In Virtual's words, they say that everyone has a poem inside of them, so I have tried to tell my story with pictures. And here is Virtual.
Hi there. I'm Virtual Burks. And Kitty, thank you very much for that introduction. I'm over here at the park on 25th Street, and it is freezing, but it is beautiful because everything is green, and you could smell the moisture in the air. And you see the people out here, and I mean, you don't have to get close to them, but you can watch them run by. But anyway, I hope you enjoy my 2 videos. The poetry by Lavelle Waiters, who's no longer here with us, and mine, which was a joke, to tell you about how to catch the news, and to do a video where one person is doing everything. But Lavelle is the poet, and I've gotten to the point now that I'm able to put some more of her stuff together to put it out. And one of the other things I want to do is make videos with people of my age group in them. We got through the maze, and when I say maze, I mean from birth to now, we managed to get through. We got hit a couple times, we fell a few times, but you learn by falling in a ditch or something like that, as long as you can get out. And I want to know how we did it. I know how I did it, and my way is probably only good for me, but I would like to know how some other people did it. And I'm thinking that maybe if young people listen to, young people don't listen because I was young one time, but anyway, if people listen, maybe they can catch something from us, say, they did it that way, so I can do it this way. I don't know the answer. I just want to try something. So if you're interested, get in contact with me. Ask Kitty. She knows where my office is. and enjoy the tapes. What do you get when you fall in love? What happens to a dream deferred? Why do some people fall in love one time and it lasts forever, while others, like myself, must date many times and fall in love many times? Is it really love? Why do some people search and others just walk right into it? Why do I have so many questions and so many ex-lovers? Is there a connection between the two? Why were you not there when I needed you? Why couldn't you love me as a woman loving a woman? I once fell in love with the most beautiful, thoughtful, kind, sexy, and loving woman. I thought I had gone to heaven, never to return to earth, never again to walk on the land. I had my wings and I was flying high. Then I heard the words, "I like you, but I'm not a lesbian." Why couldn't you love me as a woman? Would you love me more if I wore pants and was more like a male? Then who would I be? I see myself as a woman loving the very essence of another woman. If she were male, I would not and could not love her the same way. Gentleness. My gentleness that makes you feel so safe. My touch that you said made the hairs on your arms and legs tell the essence of you that I was there. My voice and my words that sent you to a place that no man has ever sent you before. So if it is not the essence of my femaleness that you love, but the essence of me, then what am I? Am I not female? So, there is only one of me. Whether I be male or female, you will only love me, my being, my essence, no matter what host I am in. You will wait for us to find each other? Are you the one that only loves once? And if it takes 20 years for me to find you, then you're willing to wait 20 years to find me? Then perhaps it is. The essence of me that you love. I love the essence of you in your femaleness. Or would I have loved the essence of you in your maleness? And maybe that was the goal of this lifetime, for us to find each other. I found many, each one possessing a little bit of you, but never the whole. And you waited for me to find you. Was I what you did not expect to find? And are you what I have been looking for? As you say now, let us take one day at a time getting to know each other, and most of all, being honest with each other to the point of vulnerability.
Live each day as though it was your last. Embrace and look forward to the future. Remember your past. Use common sense and forget that prince. Hey, he ain't what you thought he was anyway. Count your blessings, whether large or small. When you get up in the morning, be thankful. Why? Someone didn't get up. Someone got caught up in a nightmare that could have been yours. Remember, good things come in small packages. Sometimes it ain't the size of the package that counts, but what's inside. Instead of seeing weeds and becoming a thorn that sticks out and passes and is picked over, become a flower, blossoming, growing, and standing tall in the grass. There ain't no truth in the grass being greener on the other side. Yeah, today is all you got and tomorrow is all you got coming. Life may not always be sunny and sweet. Promises from loved ones are hard to keep. If life presents you with a problem, take it on as a challenge and go out and find the solution. When you do, stand in the mirror and say, "Girl, look at you." Treat yourself as though you were the last person on earth, and around every corner was a gift waiting just for you. And remember, today is all you got, and tomorrow is all you got coming.
Thank you, Vertez. It's so great to hear, Lavelle. And I just get a real kick out of your video. I love it. I'm very glad that we could show them both here. Now, how about those Trouble Clefs? This is our little band of Boo on string bass, Donnie singing and on percussion, and myself playing clarinet. Some of you may recall that we were supposed to kick off the live salon. Our plan was to get together this last week and record a few pieces to play here at the beginning. Well, this crazy week of coronavirus news had us rethinking this, and so sadly we have no fresh recordings to contribute to the salon. Therefore, I decided to put us at the end to finish it up. We do have a couple of rehearsal videos and one performance piece from last fall that I am going to include here. Not the best option, but we really wanted to be part of this. So here goes. The first piece is the klezmer Freilich that we performed on our back porch last fall. We were joined by Karen on cello and Charlotta on flute. They are part of my North Park Winds group. Enjoy.
little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. I have a
You're good. I'm gonna get them going. I know. I wanted to watch you, and I was like, oh no, I don't dare.
I'll put my sunglasses on for the bumblebee. I should go to the 99 swing. Where the rainbow?
Okay.
What you think? What you think about the one everybody's comfortable with what we just did?
Yeah. If I don't hit the
Okay.
wrong, one.
And if you do, we just
We always stop.
we give each other those looks.
Or we go.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The big thing is to just laugh.
I know.
You know, it's all about attitude. You know.
With this group,
Yeah.
they're just gonna
Yeah.
appreciate happiness. What speed do you want to take this at? Dawn, I'll leave it to you. Okay.
skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, you know, why can't I? Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, you know, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Whew. Be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know, if you're, I mean, you know.
If I can't reach it, I'll know how to find another spot.
Good.